Okay, Wednesday and just playing some casual multiplayer, and Susie's here. That. Oh, little Jed is so cute and adorable.
I know.
Oh yeah. Boop. Need to just enter bits. There we go. Okay. Alright, so Susie ready? Susie? So are you ready?
Just about.
Right, if I go in here then. Right. Right, so I'll join a regular battle and then you can join.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, how was Susie's day?
Boring.
That doesn't sound good. Oh, it's already full.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh well.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was trying setting there. Hey, Alex. How are you doing at the moment? Just more of the slow days, as always. Oh yeah, what did kitties get for dinner?
Beef and gravy.
Pardon?
Beef and gravy.
You got two happy, full tummy kitties?
I hope so.
I like how that makes you sound completely uncertain.
I'm just going to put away my model building.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just realised it won't work because we don't have the facilities, but I just realised we could have potentially played some board games. Well, it was using the idea that Games Workshop did, which was needing a webcam. So there was a thing the other day, Monday, by Games Workshop of how to play Warhammer games without being able to go to each other's places. So that's what I had. That's what I went. That's what I just thought of. Oh, jeez, didn't see them coming. Well, they do say, it would. Well, if you have the camera so it can see the entire board, that's kind of what you'd do.
I'm back.
There is a they actually said a proper way of doing it and whatnot. Obviously, both of you need. Well, your person on the other end of the camera needs to know. Well, the other end of the feed, needs to know what's going, what the arm, what they're. I know what I mean there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that's what you ask the other person for. Obviously, it is reliant on trust with the measurements and whatnot, but. But again, you can get other board games to work like that. Yeah, play again. Hopefully there'll be room in the lobby. Yeah, there's room in the lobby. Yeah, there you are. Right, so do we end up on the same side? That's the thing, I don't know where I actually put my board games, all of them in here. A couple of them are in the cupboard, but I know Betrayal is not in the cupboard. So... yeah, the cupboard has got Dark Souls and Monopoly, but don't know where the others are. So, yeah.
What?
What about the Susie? Susie, you alright?
Yeah.
So what was the work for? Because you were saying, you made a noise and it sounded like you were confused about something.
Just,
I got killed by Jin.
I like gin.
Nope, he's now been killed. He'll come back. We know he will. Damn it. Well, up we go. Hi. Yeah, oh, it's Jim, not Jin. Oh well. I do like an N. What I saw, so. So what did Susie do today?
Nothing much.
And by nothing much, what do you mean by nothing much? Because it's you and it could mean anything.
I'm just literally sitting around all day.
Aww. Well, you really should give kiddies playtime.
They didn't really care about today. They were just like, I sleep. Right.
Aww. I just realised I technically do have a webcam. I mean, it's the one built into my laptop. I do want to get a proper webcam though. I mean, I could technically set the laptop up in a way to play a board game of some sort. But, yeah. I mean, the other option is, I just realised that they forgot the ultimate quick game you can play, which only needs 2 models. When they did their bit on Monday. So what's Susie got planned tomorrow?
Sleep.
And
Sleep.
Susie needs to do more.
I disagree. Oh, bugger!
What's up?
Getting destroyed by this lunar blast.
Oh.
Revenge. Get absolutely screwed.
Someone sounds like they were taking that personally.
I was taking it personally.
I got pinned in a corner by a splashdown. Yeah. What do you? Where about your codexes then? You not bring them back down from uni? Well, that's not what I'm thinking of anyway. Like I say, I could get certain. Aha! And wait, the lunar blaster's up there.
Yeah, I know. Got the lunar blaster. I'm happy. I can go home now.
You are at home.
Don't care. I can go even more home.
And this is where we never hear from Susie again.
I saw that. Oh, bugger!
Ha! I got the tower guy, don't worry, at the very end.
Yeah. How?
I don't know, but...
Oh, thank God the sniper decent.
I do admit though, Alex, it's pity because you would need the armies, because as I say, because I technically have Necrons, which you've got some of, and Tau. Pity. But no, like I still do some of the board games, if I could get them out. The problem is though, with certain ones it would be a lot more tricky. Yeah, well, no, because the idea is when you play with webcam is, like I said, one person has both the armies there and whatnot, so it's not what I was referring to. Ah. Jeffrey, you got in my way. Oh, no. Susie, please tell me you're not on purple.
Does my silence say something?
No. Wait, do they? Oh, good. Just because our fourth player took forever to start moving, so I thought we had a DC. Which, that would not have been nice. Ah! Whoa.
Dude, no. Now it failed. Bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Susie. Yeah, because the way you set it up is one person has both the armies on the table, and that's how the webcam is. But like I say, the board game thing is somewhat doable, except we've got a problem. Sorry, because like if we were doing betrayal, because certain cards need to be kept secret, can't do that. Wait, why did you jump down? Boy. Oh, come on, I pounded you a lot first. Oh, jeez. What's that one? Ooh. Why do I get the feeling that you found diamonds in the casino? Okay, is it going to be something I would definitely want to get? Game, I just want to play with Susie. Oh jeez. That means I'm going to find it boring. I will say though, because I did the at the end after last week, I did do the intro for the Arena Wars. I really want to do more Arena War to try and get better stuff for the cars. So I've only got the what was it? I only got the the one they give you at the minute, and well, so I bought a cheap vehicle for conversion to make my own thing for Arena Wars, but it wouldn't let me do any upgrades for it. So. Well, I say it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't tell me how to go and.
I really hate this Jeffrey with the frickin' Hydra Splatting. Oh my god.
No, because I can't find where to do them. Because I was looking, because the guy it said who does the upgrades for you. There was no option to talk to him. Yeah, I went around the workshop and there was no option to do the upgrades. As soon as I got in a vehicle, it just threw me outside the arena. I tried both. Looking around on foot to anything to interact with. And then went into the garage part, got in a car, and it just shoved me outside. So, yeah. As soon as I got in the car, it shoved me outside, so I didn't press any other buttons. Yay! No, it didn't. It just chucked me outside onto of the arena. Of Maze Bank Arena, and
Oh no, you shouldn't have done that. Okay, maybe you should.
hello, Pockpeat? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Fudge. Sorry, teammate who just super jumped to me.
Yeah, I just had that exact same.
Oh no, was that you?
Nope.
But yeah, Horopy? I really don't know what I'm meant to say. I hope you're doing alright there.
Oh, God, I got cornered.
Yeah, well, that's what it did, Alex.
Oh, God, fuck up!
Suzy? Oh, come on! Just I need to get more. Oh man. Well, I'll try again on Saturday, I guess. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, okay. But still, I thought. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Oh yeah, thank you for the follow as well. No, I can see it clearer in there. It's in the activity stuff. Pop, pop. I hear. Still have no idea how to pronounce that. Huh. But yeah, hopefully you're alright there. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Please. Well, I can see one problem. Ahsoka rescinded being a Jedi. So, I mean, that was kind of major to her character development. And, well, I mean, everything's always subject to a person's point of view, so it won't be that bit. So I'm not certain what the other bit is. Susie died. Or at least nearly. To be honest, I cannot spell it right, so... Eep. Oh, come on! Oh yeah, that bit I would have got right. Okay, yeah, so I got part of it right, but you get what I mean though. Itch.
I chased you down and I don't care.
I protected Susie from one of them.
The thing is, I hit that other person with the arrow spray. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, see, I have that many times. So there's nothing splattered enough.
Good. Die.
Yeah, but if you want like the greatest Jedi, Kanan, because he was able to deal with everything that was wrong with the Jedi Order without his ability to know how to be a Jedi.
Oh bugger, somebody's over on our side.
Oh boy. What's up?
I wasn't expecting the result there.
I mean, the map was clearly blue. Oh boy. Oh man. Thinking.
No.
Yeah, although the star, I'm assuming means they've got a system similar to the Prestige thing.
That means that we've got to level 99.
Yeah, then they reset.
Yeah.
So yeah, prestiged, as it's tended to be referred to in shooters. That's kind of interesting because Splatoon 1 didn't do that.
No, you just got to level 50 and that was it.
Wasn't even...
Whoa, behind it. Dude!
Wait, what?
Somebody on my team is an absolute idiot.
You're on orange then. So I'm really not paying attention when the teams are formed. Like...
I see, and I'm trying to stay away from that.
Get out of me, base! So there's two of you here. I don't know which one's Susie. I'm gonna chase this one. Okay, that wasn't Susie I took out.
No, but I just took out your teammate Dodo.
Oh, jeez. Don't worry, he'll be back because that's the...
What?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was you. I just had it. My screen was just going red and just like, I need to not die to this person. Oh, I see that. And if that was you that was super jumping, be glad that... Okay, that wasn't me, that was killing you.
That was me! I got a tickle!
Ah! You got me.
I'm back, baby!
Yep. Lockdown has claimed Susie's mind, like we knew it would. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, no doubt on that one about Ahsoka. She is a good character. I mean, pretty much all the characters Filoni has come up with are good. Even some of the more annoying ones. Or at least he's been involved with, like... But then bear in mind, like, Filoni was working with George Lucas as well when he created characters like Ahsoka in particular. I don't know, HK-47 still stands out. I mean, pretty much a lot of the work done in the Old Republic characters. Revan's story is always a good one. Again, reasons why everyone wants Old Republic era brought to TV format. Oh yeah, Sabine was a brilliant one. I mean, heck, you even had to love Chopper. For a character that just communicates in beeps and grunts, you really got a lot out of Chopper. I always considered Chopper being drunk. How... Just being the grumpy drunk person, Chopper.
So Leon, but in Star Wars.
Except this is a droid who basically just doesn't like anyone.
Alright.
If you want the ultimate, like again, ultimate badass, that's HK-47 because he will happily insult you until you're dead and beyond.
Sounds like my cup.
Hmm?
Sounds like my cup.
Yeah. Because he just hates anything that's organic. Hello, Nintendo fan. Well, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Welcome, and hopefully everything goes all right here. Whoa! I just saw that at the last second and wasn't good timing.
It was great timing.
No, it wasn't.
I'm only saying that because I am on the opportunity.
Yeah, well, they died.
Well, that's a shame.
Send them back to the bonfire.
Wrong game.
Shh. It's actually kind of funny because Nintendo UK actually put a video out of games for playing while in isolation, and Dark Souls was one of them.
Yeah, I would highly consider Dark Souls as one of those games. No, I'm out of it. Nope.
Even though it's a game that will end up driving you too crazy and make you want to kill everyone in your household.
Not really. Oh, fucker.
So, Turf War. I am not anywhere near skilled enough for ranked stuff.
Well, PB, personal battle.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. I don't know what I thought on that one, but no, it's just regular Turf War.
I am not touching rank since Splatoon 1. I got way too angry with rank.
So...
I'm also quite sad that the Ernest Ray art is not the same as it is in Splatoon.
like his thing matters to Europe, though, Alex. I'll say that. With Europe, screw him. You know, for the video game regioning, anyway. So that's never going to change. We'll still be under Peggy and whatnot. So, like, no matter what happens, we've still got a lot of things that won't change. Because, geez, how awkward that's a major. That's a. And bear in mind, most things are region free nowadays, anyway. So.
This conversation got deep way too quickly.
Well, I'll blame Alex on that one. He brought it up. He was still there last round.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was on my team. Or she. I don't know.
My head hurts way too much to concentrate on people.
Plus, I'll just put this one question to you. Is splatting people with ink really an act of violence?
It's an act of hentai.
Just as I was trying to drink. I mean, come on, you've seen kids running around, throwing paint at each other. Yeah, but then bear in mind... Trust me, there's things worse than Dark Souls that would have to get banned first, let's say that. And there are things that are worse than Dark Souls that should be banned.
I've got a couple of ideas.
Yeah. Let's just deal with yeah, I meant metaphorically. Besides, there is a thing called cabin fever.
There is.
And trust me, that is worse. Plus, also, you know, you can just want to kill your family, just, you know, metaphorically, when just from living with them.
Sweetie, I see you over there, and I am literally...
So, yeah. Anyone who takes what I was saying seriously there really needs to be checked, because, like I say, it's clear I was being metaphorical. Wouldn't actually kill them, but, you know, it's the whole raging and crazed raging and whatnot. Yeah, but Alex, you're putting too much effort onto something which is not important, and besides, I doubt any politician watches me.
Nah, that's Barack about to call. I don't know why I'm just calling that American, you know, president.
Although it would be funny though if Boris on his hospital bed is watching this. Because he doesn't have much else he can do at the minute while he's in hospital.
I didn't clap for you yesterday.
I don't think even he's... Bear in mind, it's other people that are suggesting it, not him.
Yeah.
So, I don't think he's bothered with it. But, point anyway. Yeah, but I wouldn't do it by name, Alex. I just call him the orange-skinned idiot. Which is...
Even though I'm on the opposite team, they still haven't sorted out the, oh, what's it called?
I don't know. Oh, come! Anyway, let's go to something more positive.
Am I right in thinking there's a third Warhammer stream? Saturday.
No, not this weekend, and they said 2 weeks.
Oh.
So they're taking Easter weekend off.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
On better notes, my 10 bottles of sparkling wine appeared today.
Yeah, and I'm actually amazed you're playing this sober.
Yeah. And I wish I was actually drinking something because this headache is annoying.
You
I just,
do know the hangover's just going to make things worse.
Yes, but I don't actually get a hangover. I'm one of those lucky people that doesn't get a hangover.
Okay, sorry. Oh man.
I was about to say, what the hell are you doing?
My bottle. So I've got one of those proper reusable bottles.
Ah.
So, yeah,
Oh,
I don't have those cans yet.
I don't know what they're going to deliver, during this time.
I know, that's what I mean. But I don't have them yet. Once this is over, however, I am going to... I am definitely getting cans of water. Once this...
I know the website, so...
Yeah, it's called Can of Water.
Yeah.
And I could have always just typed it into Google anyway.
Thanks, Dodo, for making yourself so visible.
I mean, when you're painting an arena in high visibility colours.
No, he had the armour on and I could see him in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I haven't, Alex, so... that doesn't matter.
All I can say, you two are good people. So,
Well, I'm technically under orders from Doctor.
yeah, well, I know that.
Even though they've never actually said I can't, they just advise I don't.
Also, to embarrass Alex today, happy birthday!
Yep, one step closer to your pension.
Yeah, and death.
Well, technically that could be any day.
Death.
You lived another day, there you go. You don't...
Bugger. Well, I got him. I was actually just personal preference as well.
Damn it, my plan didn't work there. Hide in the tiny little corner where it's really hard to get the paint to splat.
I think we won this. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of. Yeah. I still find it weird how it never seems to add up to 100. Oh geez, they had a DC. I always feel bad when when winning through the other side having a disconnect.
I don't.
Yeah, but you get what I mean though, Alex. It's just... It just always seems poor, especially when you like look down from the top at times. Sometimes it seems that, or or even like the amount that isn't painted, it looks like from above that it's so tiny, and yet apparently in the statistics it's a lot more. That's what I mean, sort of thing. It's just weird. Or at least give us the statistic of how much was missed or something. I don't know. It's just me. Hi, Susie. Bye, Susie.
Bye.
Yeah, I like being the person who fills in the bit back at the base. Because, the amount of times I've been playing Splatoon 1, we lost purely because no one splatted around the spawn.
But the thing is, I think people have learned in this game that they just go rerun and do it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying with the first one.
Actually, they're still delivering.
You've been looking while...
Maybe.
Waste their missile launcher by hiding back on the spawn.
I mean, hey, I've done it in the past.
Yeah, but it's always fun because it's just watch them hit the shields and you're just like, well, that was a waste of a special. It's not even inking anywhere.
Poppy, come back.
Oh dear, what did you do to embarrass her?
Everything. I live.
Oh.
Whoa!
Yeah, why do you think I was dodging pretty quickly?
Get out of here.
You know what they need to do next game? Because when they add a new character in the third game for whatever replaces the Switch, we need a character that's a goose.
I want to play as a cat.
Yeah, but don't you want a goose?
Yeah, but Judd. Well, the Judds.
Yeah, you realise there's actually some weird bit in weird story implication with Judd.
Yeah, that it was it cryogenically frozen?
Judd was meant to be the only cat. So how is there a second one?
Cat reproduction skills.
But still, it's a really weird one with Judd.
Judd reproduced with himself to get himself a mini Judd.
Yeah, but if Judd's male... Yeah, but that's not kind of what we're... That's not the bit we're...
No, that's the part I am implying a little bit.
Yeah, not that, but it's just like, how?
Well, there's a thing called test tubes.
That's not asexuality then, Susie.
There's a thing called test tubes. And then he stuffs himself into a test tube.
Right, there's only one thing for it, Susie.
No, don't you dare! I know what you're about to do.
I know.
I am ready.
I know you know.
Told you I was ready. Nah. Oh.
You okay, Susie?
Yeah, perfectly fine. Daisy, what?
What's Daisy done?
She training how to be a gymnast.
The heck?
A booyah bomb.
Yeah, I couldn't see what was going on because I got stuck into a corner and the camera was not very good. You know, hopefully you realise what sort of moment I'm referring to that there. So I don't know if that's happened to you, that you've ended up stuck at a spot where you can't really use the camera.
Yeah. That's one of the downsides of gyro controls.
Now even still, it was just...
That's you, isn't it?
Ow.
Told ya. Bye!
Yes, thank you, teammate.
Where's that teammate? I want to grab them.
You can't grab them, though.
I want to grab them.
There's no grabbing in this game.
I want to grab them. I want to use them.
I didn't see which teammate it was, though.
I did.
Hi.
Hi!
I didn't know that was you until I actually killed you because I couldn't see who it was. Touch.
Finally got revenge and I don't care.
Are you certain it was the right person?
I was certain it was the right person.
Because wouldn't it have been funny if you killed the wrong person?
Yeah, I got into the middle of that and I don't really care. We're lost.
Whew, that's a... Oh man. Oh yeah, so you actually get anything decent for your birthday, Alex? Or is it a case of a lot of it is you got to wait until the shops are back?
Baby Yoda! I mean, I'm pretty much prepared to spend my birthday in lockdown still, because I have a feeling that we're still going to be in lockdown in June.
Well, they definitely said Wales have said that they're not going to be lifting any restrictions next week, and given they said that they've been speaking with all the other parts of the country, it's probably going to be the thing for everywhere.
This dude is lagging so much.
Oh no.
Dude. Oh my god. Good, he disconnected. I was done with him.
Oof. Now the thing we have to hope is that this still isn't going on when we get to November.
I hope not. I'm gonna actually lose my everything if it continues into November. I mean, I've already got no sense of anything now. I didn't have any sanity, and now I don't know what's left. I got Baby Yoda!
You killed Baby Yoda?
I killed Baby Yoda!
You monster!
Nah. No, I couldn't. I'm sorry. But I did.
Well, that's Mandalorian Season 2 cancelled now because Susie killed Baby Yoda.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, Alex is just like, how could you?
It was easy.
But you ruined the good thing. Everyone loves Baby Yoda.
Pretty much no evidence because the one in Truro has also gone as well.
Well, the whole company has. It's not just the Hemel one. Or Truro. It's the company as a whole.
Because my dad let me know.
I mean, bear in mind, Debenhams have been in trouble for a few years already. Because they closed a few stores already. Cause, there was one in Aylesbury that shut last year. About this time last year. It's part of just restructuring as a whole. And unfortunately, yeah, the virus is going to kill off a lot of businesses.
I think it's really sad because my local village shop has just reopened. I'm really hoping that the village supports that shop as a whole.
Well, given that people are probably not going to be able to travel as far, it's got an advantage.
Yeah, it does have
like,
an advantage.
Shops that have been able to still function, they're going to be fine, pretty much. It's the ones who have had to shut are going to be the ones in trouble. And unfortunately, it is a case of, I know everyone's sort of begging governments all over the world to give them money. Governments cannot bail every business out.
No.
They have to decide which ones are strategically important for a country to function. So they're not just going to bail, like, unfortunately, like a comic book shop, as Alex will just bringing up, they're not going to be really receiving anything because they're not really a vital industry. No, not. Oh wow, so much missile at me.
I hope Primark's still open by the end of this.
I mean, Primark are actually in the worst position of all the clothing stores.
Yeah.
Because of their whole we don't trade online thing.
Yeah, they don't. Which is kind of annoying because I know after all of this I'm going to need a new bloody wardrobe. Because I'm either going to pile on weight or lose them.
Well, hopefully the latter, because I don't want to break my back. Trying to cuddle you. Jeez, I'm getting so many missiles launched at me today. In this round.
The missiles. But no, as soon as this virus is over, I'm going close shopping. Actually, no. Priorities first. See you, then close shopping.
Yeah, it's. I just need.
Oh god!
Ah, I saw the. When there's too many people around. Nah. Stuck. Go. Ah. Right.
Damn. Baby Yoda killing it.
Still, Susie is a cold-hearted killer.
No.
Killing the most adorable thing.
I forget that you can order on.
Pardon?
I forget that I can order on George. Home comforts. Comfy everyday looks you don't have to worry about. Oh, they have their priorities, right?
Oh yeah, there's one thing that was a sign of just how crazy it's all gone with on the online shopping ordering. Because
people are ordering 10 bottles of wine.
No, not that. Tesco have said that if anyone needs to get anything, they have to go in store because they just can't. They just can't get the. They just are done with slots on online ordering.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it. Because especially for people like you,
and then the people who can't go out, for anyone that basically can't get out easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is not allowed out in this situation.
Yeah. Because Mum finally got the text about that being high priority that she was supposed to get. Because there was a whole load of people missed out on the list.
Mm.
But yeah. Dad's risking catching the virus going out every time he goes out to do shopping. Or just basic everyday stuff. And it's absolute bullcrap. Well, because we can't get a goddamn Asylum order.
You know, and this is despite, you know, Tesco saying, you know, they've like nearly doubled the number of slots that they had before the outbreak.
Yeah. Asda done the same. You go on there the next day when it reopens, and that's it. All the slots are taken.
It's then a case of, well, how are we meant to...
Exactly. I mean, you can't always depend on your mum coming over with shopping for you.
No.
How bad does that sound? But it's true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, what doesn't help is I don't have my wheelchair at the moment.
No. Oh God, you don't have your wheelchair at the moment.
Well, remember the car accident?
Oh God, did it actually damage it?
No, but the problem is the courtesy car is too small for it to get in.
Seriously?
Well, not without completely dismantling it. But the problem is, how am I getting it out?
Exactly.
It doesn't have
the winch.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that's the problem. I am stranded.
Basically, yeah.
Pretty much, because I've got no. So basically, my mobility has been taken away from me.
Yeah.
And at the worst possible time as well.
It is absolute crap.
I mean, yeah, I have a car, so I can, get out here. Get out so I can, because I don't have a washing machine here.
No, you don't.
So I have to drive. So I drive back to Mum's, and then someone grabs the washing out the back. That needs to be done, and puts the clean stuff in, and then I just come back.
Yeah.
That is literally my only thing of going out, and plus if there's any little bits Mum's picked up food-wise or whatnot that they have back at Mum's, I get given that and whatnot. But yeah, beyond that, I've had my ability to do things taken away.
You can't exactly go out in the car and then wait in that queue.
I cannot stand for that long with the crutches.
Exactly. You can't.
I mean, geez, I was stuck at the side of the road for an hour and a half on the crutches, and my legs, as soon just were done. I couldn't stand, but I had to force myself to stand because I had no way. If I went on the ground, I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
That was extremely painful. And as soon as I was, able to sit in the recovery vehicle, that was it. My legs were done. I couldn't, when getting out afterwards, it was a job because my body just was like, no, we can't do it.
Yeah.
And just forcing myself to stand was so difficult.
I can imagine. No, it's bad. It's very, very bad what a load of people have been left with.
Yeah, it's all and it's all the public's fault in a way.
It is. If we didn't go out, we would have been...
Yeah, everyone blames the government for these restrictions, but no, it
was us. We went out when we should have stayed home, and we're still doing it.
I mean, thankfully, it's only a minority now.
But there's also the people that, oh my god, the 5G conspiracists. Oh man, the 5G conspiracy theorists honestly have the IQ of a...
I know, and there was a thing like YouTube had a actual person streaming promoting this. A known conspiracy theorist who pushes all these controversial things was doing a live stream, which he could get super chats and whatnot.
Are you serious?
He was able to do it, and YouTube didn't stop it. Under freedom of speech. Even though he was calling for the 5G to be destroyed and whatnot.
there's been so many telegraphs, well, not telegraphs, but all the things.
Phone masts, yeah.
Yeah. People have destroyed them.
Setting them on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's putting the firefighters at risk. Because they have to then go out into these circumstances, and obviously that's, you know, the kids putting themselves at risks as well.
Mhm. It's just people being absolute idiots. I honestly have no idea.
But yeah, the fact that YouTube was happy to leave that up, and they only took it down after the BBC basically had contacted them about it and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even though apparently it had been reported several times while it was going on as inappropriate, and there were other recorded. Oh wow, that's really close.
That was pretty damn close. I won't lie about that.
Yeah, there's obviously plenty of reported instances on Facebook and Twitter as well, of particularly Facebook, where things have been marked as flagged for being inappropriate, and yet they haven't been touched.
Either that, and plus people make events and all that lot on Facebook. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't touch.
Well, no, there's a group. There's an actual meant to be a Facebook group about it, and and that's wasn't taken down until again, like the BBC and other media organisations were questioning them about it. Because I know, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, not Tuesday, Monday. I think it was like the government basically, contacted them to be like, look, you need to take action here. It's one, because there's a difference between freedom of speech and not being absolutely stupid idiots.
I mean, when you've had people talk on the TV, I mean, normally, I don't like Piers Morgan. I mean, nobody likes Piers Morgan. Some people.
Well, the only way you can like Piers Morgan is if maybe he went on I'm a Celebrity and got voted to do every single trial.
Yeah.
And even then, that's too kind to him.
The worst times are when you actually agree with what he says. And I have found myself doing that a lot lately.
In a way, it's something it's a thing Mum's used to describe people like him, which is he knows what it's basically is like what it's the common sense thinking. It's just sometimes what is technically going to be common sense. Sometimes, I mean, it's not always the case, but the times when you agree with people like that, it's because they are able to realise, sort of the common mass thinking type thing and whatnot, or at least, even if it's an unpopular thought, because sometimes you might secretly agree with something that someone like that says, even though you don't like it, because actually that is what's going on in the mind.
Yeah.
He's just one of those people who can sort of highlight the thought before people may even realise it.
Yeah.
As controversial as some of those can be, because sometimes it can just be drawing out from one particular side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
this entire situation is a load of crap.
I mean, like all the most conspiracy theories as a whole tend to have nothing, that credible about them.
The 5G ones are just the same as flat earthers.
Well, because all that the 5G thing is basing itself on is a discredited paper by someone who is sort of viewed as hey Susie.
Bye.
But that's all it is. It's like can't remember. There's another conspiracy theory that ended up being popular. But it was done by someone who was discredited.
Also, look at chat.
Hello. I can't really get to my friend code at the minute. I really cannot read what the green's not showing up on my screen because your name's come up in green on my screen.
Oh, it's pink on mine. Oh, I just witnessed that.
Yeah, but I don't just directly hand out the friend code anyway. I mean, there's again, like, see what Alex was saying with, like, people blaming video games for violence. Because there have been numerous studies performed that have all found... Susie? As I was saying, there's been numerous studies done into it, and none have found video games contribute to violence. With one exception, was this one study that was done, but it was then discredited because the person behind it basically cheated.
Oh.
It was found that they used people who already showed violent tendencies, and before being allowed to play video games, they said they want to go out and commit violent acts anyway.
Oh my.
Yeah, so they had them play, but they hid that part, you see. It was just like, yeah, I got these people, they played the games, and they said they wanted to go and commit violent tendencies, and it's just like... And then when you hear that the people were basically already going to, having those thoughts and whatnot, and when you, and whatnot, it's just like, and on the survey bit, because they, basically, because they screened down, like I say, midnight, I don't just hand my friend code out because I don't want to be flooded with requests and whatnot. And I don't just, like I say, hand it out even just to people who just come straight in the chat and ask for the friend code. Unless I know them or something. Then... So...
Ooh, right.
Yeah, sorry, obviously, if you hang around enough, and maybe in the future or something, but like I said, I don't just want to give it straight out, because I did that before and I got flooded. Or, I privately messaged it to a person, and that kind of backfired a bit, so I'm getting a little more wary on these bits.
Which is honestly fair. Oh, that is all focused on you!
Yeah. Oh, come on! There's another volley!
Yep.
But yeah, like I was saying, so yeah. And this is the one problem that people are still pushing video games relating to violence, still keep citing this paper, even though it's been completely discredited and whatnot. So it's crazy like that. People ignore the fact that ignoring the fact that the one thing that said that did try claiming video games were related to violence, people ignore the fact that that is basically been found to have been rigged. Because basically what the person did was, because obviously they got a load of people to start with and fill out, assessment and whatnot, about playing a game. But then they basically just got rid of anyone who didn't show the tendencies and whatnot, but hid the fact that they basically screened it like that. So it looked like everyone that did play the games became violent and whatnot. Even when some of them, because they had them play different games as well. So like a simple game like Tetris apparently made people violent.
Yes, I really want to kill this person with blocks.
Well, it's not saying that that's how they want to kill them, but it's just like they want to do violent things just having played the game. So... yeah, this is the thing. It's commonly known that video games don't do it, yet video games still get scapegoated because they're an easy target. I'll admit the one thing, like Jim Sterling did a really good video about this. explaining the whole reason why video games can get the scapegoating. And why, and what reason they keep getting picked on over the actual causes of the violence and whatnot. So, and then it doesn't help when some of the people who do go out and commit these horrible acts, when the police and whatnot investigate, it's like, oh yeah, they've been playing all these violent games. But it doesn't matter, because I like how one person claimed that like playing Call of Duty trains you to be able to shoot weapons. It doesn't, because it's not teaching you. This is how all the mechanics of a gun works. This is how you have to, all the process you have to do to arm the weapon, fire it, reload it. Or even, it's not even training you how to brace for recoil. I think that's the biggest thing people do not forget. Firearms have recoil. What is a game controller doing to teach you for that recoil?
Nothing.
Exactly, and again, I fired a musket under completely controlled supervision. I will point that out. And geez, that thing packs a pretty hard punch. So yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, midnight. If you're still here, I was like, how are you doing anyway? Oh, why is it I always seem to end up as the missile target?
I don't know. But no, we got into deep topics there.
Yeah, sorry. It was just like the whole bit being brought up about things and whatnot. That's how my mind works, unfortunately. It just strays into things. Usually because I'm trying to make trying to describe something, and one thing leads to another scenario. I mean, especially with us, basically pretty much everyone, you're on a video gaming channel, so you're all going to be familiar with how video games are, so it's good to use like video games as analogies and whatnot. Or for comparative reference for scenarios. So...
Bye, Tim. You suck.
What if it's Tim Vine?
Oh no, I can't do that to Tim Vine. He's an absolute gentleman.
You know what? I admit, for a little bit after I heard there was a thing called Vine, I actually thought he created it.
Oh my god.
Because it probably is the sort of thing he would create if given the opportunity.
Yeah. I just loved how he dealt with Taskmaster. That was
Has there been any sort of a hint online for when the show does come back? Who it's going to be? Because part of me wants Adam or Alex to have a go.
Yeah.
I mean, because Josh has already done it, so... And is the champion of champions. So, he is the ultimate Taskmaster competitor.
He is.
But I just want to see, like, Adam or Josh, Adam or Alex, because Alex probably could make some really interesting things because of his hand deformities.
Yeah.
And his solution to some more complex issues would be interesting as well.
He honestly can do the best out of certain things, and it's pretty damn amazing.
I mean, last year when he was part of that channel swim.
Was that at the beginning of the year?
Well, I remember it aired later in the year, though.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, it happened over summer. Because they had to, because remember, because they were swimming the channel, they had to do it in, at the longest day of the year, so there's the most sunlight.
Oh, right.
But they had to pull it off because the weather got too bad. And they were only a couple of miles out from France at that point. But, yeah. And Adam, I just want to know with Adam, how many times would he pull his leg off to try and solve the task?
10 out of 10 would watch.
It's like, yeah, we put something just out of your reach of hand. Hang on. Pop! Got it. I just used my leg.
I was not paying attention.
But actually, that makes me wonder as well, if this lockdown stuff lasts a long period, how long will it be until we get another season? Because they originally... They said it was going to be like 6 weeks or something.
Because, also with certain TV shows, production isn't going to happen for a very, very long time. So that means we're going to get reruns for a while.
I mean, isn't that basically what Challenge is all the time?
I kind of like what BBC is doing at the moment. They're showing like old films. And my parents and myself have been watching them, and yeah, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because there was I saw the thing yesterday that people translating more of Sakurai's stuff because he put a post online.
Oh.
Yeah. They're all working from home now.
Yeah.
Because offices in Tokyo are all shutting down now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this means like anime is gonna get delayed.
Yeah, well, everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
because...
respectfully done.
Pardon?
It's respectfully done.
Yeah, I mean, like, because so there was the whole thing a couple of weeks ago. Super Sentai went on production went on hiatus.
Oh, did it?
Because the actor for the Red Ranger in the current Sentai tested positive.
Oh no.
So yeah, the entire film lot got the studios that they use got shut for decontamination. Although they said they have episodes ready up until mid-May.
Yeah.
There was no news if Kamen Rider was being shut down as well, so presumably that's still going on production as normal,
Yeah.
but if Tokyo is beginning to do a shutdown, I don't know how much longer it will stay in production. I mean, anime can actually survive better than live action. Because again, how much could they shift to do from home?
Exactly.
I mean, the awkward bit might be for the voice actors.
Yeah.
It depends how good of a recording studio environment they could replicate back at their places.
Mm.
But yeah, it's affecting everything.
It is.
So, I mean, in theory, I was saying with anime, they could have they can have all the animated footage ready and then just be like, yep, we just need to get the lines and that's it. So obviously the same applies to cartoons. They could get most of it done ready and then just be like, right, we just need the voice lines and then final editing.
Yeah. Tasty.
Hmm?
Oh no.
What's she done?
Come on, camera.
Quickly.
Oh god, my flash wasn't on.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just... I mean, like, you know, the amount of shows which have shifted to work in a way during this situation is, you know, still good. I mean, like, the amount of chat shows that are still running, they just get people up on Skype and whatnot.
Yeah.
I did see the other day that everyone was giving This Morning flack for Eamon and Ruth. Because the two of them were sitting within 2 meters of each other.
Oh.
Well, they're married.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's the thing, they have to keep saying, look, don't worry, but we live in the same household. Because, yeah, by the rules, they are allowed to be within 2 meters of each other.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you're meant to stay 2 meters away from people not in your household. Otherwise, then, you can't be within 2 meters of your own kid.
Which would just be...
I mean, what happens if that kid is, like, 6 months?
Exactly.
What are you meant to do when they need their nappy changing or feeding?
Yeet them across the room and hope for the best. Top parenting by me.
Reasons why Susie actually needs a kid.
Reasons I don't.
No, because it would teach Susie.
Nah.
But yeah, it's... But yeah, like, there's ways... Excuse me, things can be shifted to from home. Because what was it? On Monday night, before I went to bed, the Who's Line team were doing a pre-show live stream.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it was more them just doing general chatting around and whatnot. But technically, they could play some of the games remotely.
Yeah. I mean, I saw, as I follow Star Trek, I saw that Marina Sirtis, she had her birthday, but did a video call with most of the main characters, or main actors on TNG era, which I thought was pretty damn sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool getting in to see the lives of each of them, because, like, Ryan lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got, like, this big valley view from his home.
Oh my god, that's nice.
Also, Ryan doesn't understand how to use a smartphone.
Oh dear.
Because he was having to get someone that lives in the household to get him communicating.
Oh my
Because
god. Yeah, I can see that.
and in trying to do it, he had his email on screen for everyone in the world to see.
You know what, that just sounds so Ryan.
Yeah. And like something I never knew about Aisha, she's a fully trained, bartendant.
Oh, blimey.
So she can make cocktails and whatnot.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And welcome back, Alex. So, yeah, it's crazy and whatnot. But yeah, it's just all sorts of random bits and whatnot. But like I said, there's many, several of the live shows can still, and I've seen some other bits. Like I know Mum watches one of the Sunday cooking shows.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've just shifted it to be from one of the presenters' home.
That works.
Yeah. I mean, because all you need is a kitchen. You don't need anything fancy.
No, you don't.
So, because they've just given him, they've obviously gone out, people have taken over to some better cameras to their place. set it up ready, and just obviously he probably just leaves it in place all week and just turns it on at the weekend. So yeah, it's but it is the thing that some shows are more practical to function in this environment than others. Because I don't think like the Chase and Pointless work too well.
They don't. Definitely not. Right now, I have noticed that the Chase have put up the adverts for people to apply on the Chase, and I just thought nobody's going to be doing that.
Well, people can put their applications in, just no one's going to be sorting them until after this is over. Unless, of course, they draw up the list ready, and then as soon as this whole situation is over, and when they're going back to recording, it's to start phoning around all these people, like, right, can you come in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am kind of sad because I do like the Chase.
I kind of want, like, this is a perfect opportunity for a channel like Challenge to really re-show some of the old good stuff.
Oh my god, yes.
Like
Takeshi's Castle.
The Craig Charles one, anyway. Because, like I said, at one point they changed it for Dick and Dom to be doing the commentary.
Nah.
Yeah, that didn't go down so well. Because it was just a redub, basically. And, yeah, in the end... But, yeah, then they went back to airing the Craig Charles one. Heck, they could just even go back, classic Robot Wars as well.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Dara O'Brien era was pretty good. I actually kind of enjoyed him doing it because he really got into it. Because, yeah.
It really is this type of thing.
Yeah, and the BBC only got rid of it because it was too expensive. Even though the BBC just recorded robot battles and broadcast it.
Yeah.
The actual thing was organised by the Robot Fighting Association of Great Britain. Meaning BBC didn't pay that much money.
I think they just wanted to,
Yeah, because it was the whole bit of BBC talking of, it just doesn't fit BBC 2, it's too expensive. It's like, well, why don't you just move it to be part of like BBC 3's content?
Either that or just have it uploaded onto iPlayer.
But that is what BBC 3 is now.
Yeah.
Exactly. And whatnot. So it's just like, come on, because I do know that, like, it, because like after it did get axed, it was sort of out that Dara was a little bit disappointed. Obviously, yeah, again, he was obviously really enjoying it. Hey, Savia.
Hey, Savia.
How you doing?
Craig Charles putting up on Twitter is like, I'm free.
Well, because the initial reason he didn't return when the show was revived was because of Red Dwarf recording.
No.
Huh.
Red Dwarf wasn't recording at that time.
I thought it was at the time.
No. Nah. The new series was being made, but they were done.
Oh well.
I cannot wait for the new Red Dwarf episode though. That's coming out tomorrow.
I mean, what other bits could Challenge re-air? Gladiators. Crystal Maze. I'll say Gladiators.
Fort Boyard.
Yeah.
I love Fort Boyard.
What else have we got? What other classic bits? It's actually interesting why the background between Crystal Maze and Fort Boyard, because they're both made by the same person.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you actually look in the credits, they both have the same guy behind them. It was because, originally Channel 4 brought the rights to make Fort Boyard as the UK version.
Yeah.
However, when it came to doing it, the fort had to be closed for maintenance.
Ah.
So they created a similar format show in the Crystal Maze.
Yeah.
Instead. And then, Channel 4 just let the rights for Fort Boyard, just expire. And then eventually...
I really hate to say this, but on your team, you have squid partiers.
Have a what?
You have squid partiers.
What does that mean?
They're only interested in flopping around like a dead...
Oh.
And doing absolutely nothing.
Damn it. Sorry, I thought you were saying like we have a squid on this team. Well, yeah, I use the Octoling.
Oh, hi!
I just see 2 people come up. But yeah, so there you go. That's an interesting sort of bit as to why Fort Boyard, the whole Fort Boyard and Crystal Maze relationship. Because they, it was meant to be Fort Boyard originally. Yeah, and then Channel 5 made it until the fort had to close again for works. Because you've got to bear in mind, that's an actual old, fort from...
It is.
And because it was like some of the lower level, like I think it was like the foundations part of the foundation structure was flooded. Which is why it then went off the air, and eventually it was revived by CITV as a children's show.
Oh.
Years later.
Then again, in all fairness, CITV had some of the good...
Both CITV and BBC had CBBC had some really good kids game shows.
Get Your Own Back.
Yeah.
50-50, Jungle Run.
Yeah.
Raven. Oh, loved Raven. Raven wasn't really a game show, it was more or less...
Still counted under the game show category.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many awesome... I remember one called Sub-Zero, which was a Sunday morning one. I mean, it was like, the entire Sunday morning block. So it wasn't really the show. It was like, the bit in between all the shows.
I don't think it was around when I was a kid.
You would have been born, but probably too young. Because this was like really taking like advantage of as the internet was spreading.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Because you had like the 2 teams inside, in what was basically like this meant to be, secret underground facility, and like all the tasks, like all the challenges were kind of involved computers and whatnot.
Yeah.
With the big task, what the big task was at the beginning of the show of it, one member of each team. Hey Joe. One member of each team was given an actual computer, and they had to go on the internet and find 5 objects that were hidden around on the BBC's web system. People at home could, take part and give hints to them as well.
See, that's cool.
Yeah. Because it would determine who would go into like the final game at the end, like everything.
Yeah.
Because everyone else would play additional games in between. Like I said again, they would do like a cartoon or whatever in between bits every now and then. Almost like Dick and Dom's show. Because this was before Dick and Dom had their thing.
See, I never watched Dick and Dom.
Jeez, Bungalow was amazing. That was like the peak of Saturday morning children's entertainment.
See, Mum didn't really like Dick or Dom.
What?
Like, either of them, so it was never on in my house.
What?
Neither was Teletubbies.
That I can understand. My sister watched that, and that was terrifying.
No, Mum didn't want me to grow up to be a village idiot.
But yeah, like nothing wrong with it. But anyway, I say, so yeah. Trying to think. You're right there, Joe and Savai. Not saying anything. But yeah, the what was it? But yeah, we just had good. Oh yeah, Funhouse. That was another good one.
I think I was around for Funhouse.
Yeah, pancakes. Well, that's not really surprising with you there, Joe.
No, it's not.
What was any other good ones? Something else was. What else did we have? Finders Keepers was another good one. Because that one was fun because it was all set inside a, fake house. And basically the entire point of the show was just ruin the house trying to find things hidden.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
Trapped was a good one when I was a kid growing up.
I just saw that. Computer work and paperwork? Jeez. Working from home then, I assume, then, Savia.
But yeah, it was kind of like late naughty. Trap came out, if I remember.
Yeah, that's sort of just the end of my sort of period for it.
Yeah. But no, I remember watching it because it was so good.
Yeah. Oh well, at least you've got this for the next, few minutes before the end. What else was there? We're just thinking on the kids stuff, but like there's some good stuff. Challenge. I really want them to dig out for this period.
There's like old blockbusters, old catchphrase, old supermarket tweet, old, all sorts of things.
Yeah, challenge. Because that's the thing I like. I think challenge is really. I wouldn't challenge or re-airing all this really old stuff. It's just like yes. Big Break was another cool one.
I don't know that one.
It was a snooker game show.
Yeah.
You had 3, members of the public each week partnered up with a professional snooker player.
Oh wow. No, that was cool.
Yeah, bear in mind, actually playing snooker was not really part of the show.
Oh.
Beyond the final round. What's up?
Unbeatable Banzuki. That was a good show.
Yeah, that's like Takeshi's Castle. It's just like highlights of a Japanese game show.
Done by Brian Blessed, dressed in a red costume. Well, dressed like a mech.
But yeah, I was saying with a Big Break. So what would happen would be is the members of the public would be asked, do different rounds answering questions. And for in the first round in particular, for every question they got right, that was one shot that the snooker player can take to try and get a ball in the pocket.
Oh, cool.
And then they had some variants of that as well. But because the show was presented by Jim Davidson, and he was assisted by a former snooker player who is now an umpire, John Virgo. And the big thing with John Virgo as well is he would set up these trick shots every episode. So as a bonus prize for one of the contestants, they would have to try and make the trick shot.
I honestly thought you said John Virgo.
No. Virgo.
Order! Oh.
But and the fun bit was occasionally, quite often, if the contestant didn't make it, you just blatantly get Jim grabbing the ball and just shoving it in the pocket anyway, just to let them have the prize.
Nice.
Yeah.
My kind of crypto host.
Yeah, but like the final round would be like a load of like then they get like the whole like a wall of prizes, and so they get a period of time to answer questions, and that would give the professional player that amount of time to pot every single ball on a snooker table.
Oh, nice.
And by completing certain ball colours, they would then get the contestant would get the prizes. Obviously, as you get further through the book, and they had to pot them in order as if it was a proper snooker match.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. I'll have to get you the theme tune to it to listen to, because it was kind of an iconic Saturday night theme tune on the BBC. But yeah, it was yeah, that was a good one to watch as well. The Generation game.
Krypton Factor.
Yeah. Play Your Cards Right, because that was a fun one with Bruce. Yeah, there's just so much classic game shows that Challenge should be airing right now.
Oh, that is a good end.
No, because I got destroyed.
Well, you did.
Yeah, hit the... But yeah, it's yeah, there's just so much good stuff that, you know, that I wish was easily available to watch at the minute, because it would really make the time pass, just re-watching classic game shows and whatnot.
Definitely.
But yeah, that is it for the night. Camera, there we go. But yeah, so, oi, you got in my way, buddy. So, yeah, Bloodstained to... Can you not walk in front of the camera? Oh, gee, now I have to turn away because the message that popped up I do not want to leave on screen.
Oh my god.
Walk up here and then... Right. So yeah, Bloodstained tomorrow. Finally get around to saying it. And then... yes, Doom on Friday.
Potato.
I'm afraid that is incorrect. You do not win £1 million.
Oh.
And if anyone can name that game show, you get 500 points, but the points don't matter.
Whose line's it anyone? Oh no!
No.
No, who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah. I mean, classic Who's Line is a good one to bring back on TV as well. So, what did you say, Susie?
I just said that's... Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm annoyed because the revival of Who's Line does not get aired in the UK.
No.
So I have to use, I have to watch other ways, which is really, really annoying because we got the Drew Carey run, but we don't get the Aisha one, and it's annoying because it's just like, yes. And because I was saying earlier, they've been doing some live streams on Mondays on Wayne's YouTube page. And yeah, the amount of questions in the chat, because they do this at like midnight UK time, the amount of people in the chat who are just like, is it going to, are you going to bring it back to the UK, or are you going to get the episodes to the UK? Or is there a way to watch it in the UK? That sort of thing. It's just like, yeah, we want to see it.
We do. I loved coming home from secondary school and Mum having calls ready on 5 USA.
Yeah.
That was my
I
favourite
know.
part of coming home from school.
I know, and just like, come on, just need a channel to bring it back over here.
Actually, a very, very weird fact, but also maybe fun fact. Wayne Brady and I sharing the same birthday. There we go.
Well. Yeah, but your birthday's more important.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
the
it is.
kiddies get hugs.
Yes, they do.
Anyway, but yeah, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and catch you next time. Night night.